Getting all my stuff settled in. How you doing this morning? Day 16. Come. Let me close. Yep. Okay, we good. Welcome everyone. Excited to still be with you for another 7 days. So we're going to March 2nd. And by the way, March 2nd is going to be a little bit longer, just like day 1, because we are going to go to conclusion and also my story of rising. One of my stories of rising, because I have a lot of them. But yes, so today very big caveat. We are in the section that I love the most, which is mental health. And so, yeah, so we did environment, we did temperature, then foundation, then self-image, then self-care. And now we are talking mental health, which is a topic that is near and dear to my heart. For those of you who know, you know. And so I have to discipline myself because definitely the yapping, it can get out of control when I talk mental health. And so we're going to discipline ourselves. We're going to read, because this is all about reading. It's all about live reading, first of all. And then if I have time, I will do a little yapping. But yeah, so the next 3 days, we're going to talk mental health. And so the 3 reflections that are in this particular area of the book is definitely very dear to my heart. All right, so I'm going to start the reading now. So again, this is section 6 of the book. And we have 3 reflections. So this is the first reflection today. Mental health, your mental health. Mental health isn't all of me, but it's a massive part of my journey and a massive part of my whole being. That is from Adowoa Aboa. Very sorry if I butchered that name. Your name. Adowoa. Okay. Reflection 16. Demystifying mental health. This quote is from Prince Harry. It is okay to have depression. It is okay to have anxiety. And it is okay to have an adjustment disorder. We need to improve the conversation. We all have mental health in the same way we all have physical health. Couldn't agree more. Next quote is from Julian Seifter. Again, probably not saying it right. Apologize. Okay, you are not your illness. You have an individual story to tell. You have a name, a history, a personality. Staying yourself is part of the battle. Love this. So true. Okay, today we introduce another very influential aspect of knowing your vision, your mental health. I love the WHO definition, WHO meaning World Health Organization, of mental health, that says mental health is a state of mental well-being that enables people to cope with the stress of life, realize their abilities, learn well and work well, and contribute to their community. Love it. As you focus on yourself inwardly, your mental health will be revealed. Having good mental health enables you to fully engage in the reflections in this book and help your next steps in the rising process. In this discussion, it's indispensable to understand that there's a distinction between mental health and mental illness. I want to bring your attention to a quote that I love from the Canadian Mental Health Association, CMHA, that says this: mental illnesses are described as disturbances in thoughts, feelings, and perceptions that are severe enough to affect day-to-day functioning. Some examples are anxiety disorders, schizophrenia, and mood disorders, such as major depressive disorder and bipolar disorder. Mental health, however, is a state of well-being, and we all have it. Just like we each have a state of physical health, we also each have our mental health to look after. It's not just about surviving, it's about thriving. It's enjoying life, having a sense of purpose, and being able to manage life's highs and lows. Mental health isn't simply the absence of mental illness, and living with a mental illness doesn't mean you can't have good mental health. So true. Just like someone with diabetes, for example, can live a healthy life, so can somebody with a mental illness. So good. Considering this information, how do you define your mental health? Do you consider yourself in a healthy place mentally? Know that if you realize that you are dealing with debilitating mental health issues from engaging in this book's reflections, it's perfectly okay. Many times, it can be a crucial part of rising. There is no shame in this. I want to say this again. There is no shame in this. I've included a personal story to illustrate this truth at the end of this book. Hence, we're going to spend a little bit more time on the last day so that I can share my story. I've also helped many people through their mental health journeys, so I can confidently say that you are not alone. I'll say it again. You are not alone. And you will overcome. You will overcome. Just like we have. Yes. And so my story of rising is full of turbulence. And a lot of the times it is in the mental health realm that we experience the most turbulence. But just like the Mental Health Association, Canadian Mental Health Association says, it's not the end of your story. It's part of it, but it's not the end. And there is a distinction between mental health and mental illness. So being able to do all of the things that we've been talking about, to be aware, to be proactive, is part of you having good mental health. And of course, if you are dealing with some issues, it's not the end of your story. And again, we all have our different ways of coping with different issues of life, different circumstances of life. And sometimes it will destabilize us. And sometimes there are things that we go through, traumatic experiences that take root. And that is also what can cause some turbulences. But my philosophy is that, I really believe in the biopsychosocial spiritual aspect of things. And so there's not one root cause of certain issues that we could have in our mental health journey. And so being aware being proactive, doing preventative work, all of those things can help prevent things from escalating and understanding the root of what is happening. And sometimes things can lie dormant for a long time. And it's certain situations that we go through that make it come to light. And again, that's perfectly okay. And so tomorrow we'll get into a very, very good tool that can help with the proactiveness and can also help with assessing where we're at when it comes to our mental health. And it was, 10 years ago now that I realized the importance of taking care of your mental health in a very earth-shattering way. I basically almost died, and we'll talk about that on Sunday. But this is just to let you know that there is hope. If ever you're dealing with something that maybe you haven't spoken out loud, you haven't told anyone, as you're looking at your internal environment and you're seeing that there are things that come easy and other things that come with a little bit more struggle. And so, again, it's perfectly okay. And having tools and resources makes a huge, huge, huge difference. So we all have different ways of coping with things. And for instance, I will be talking more about personality because that's also my thing. And I'm actually in the process of writing a book on how to manage your mental health according to your personality style. And as I spoke about in other lives, so I have a high I. For those who know the DISC personality, if you don't worry, I will tell you all about it. I'm a high I, and we do tend to dramatize, a little bit of a drama queen when facing certain things. And so learning to de-escalate myself is a skill that I've acquired. And moving in calmness when things get a little bit scary in various ways. And so preventative work is really important in that sense as well. And reminding myself that this is not the end of the world. This too shall pass. It's going to be okay. And normally it's easy to get into a situation before it happens in your mind, right? And so being able to do it that productively is really what it's all about. So hopefully we'll have more time to talk a little bit more about that. But if you can't make it March 1st, definitely do come so that we can unpack certain things a little bit more. And again, March 1st, Saturday, March 1st at noon. I decided to do it on Zoom because I know some of you have a bit of issues with the Discord. It's a new platform and it's not for all of our generations. Zoom is more friendly for all generations. And so, so zoom.karinaristi.com. It's our rendezvous, March 1st. All right. So let me give you a challenge because we are out of time. At least I gave you the caveat because, I can get carried away with this topic. All right. Reflecting on your current mental health. Taking a step back and looking at the one thing that you could do to support good mental health. And again, even if you're dealing with some mental health issues, you can still have good mental health. And so take a look. Again, body, soul, and spirit. Take a look at what's going on and decide one thing that you're going to do to help support good mental health. So this is it for today. I'm out of time. So we'll see you